Good morning, welcome back to the channel where we're reading the book of Joshua. Before we begin, Father, as I read and receive your word, may it deeply be rooted in me, so when difficulty comes, it will be your word that encourages and strengthens me. Amen. So chapter 11 is where we're at today. We're going to begin. Israel defeats the northern kings. When King Jabin of Hazor heard what had happened, he sent urgent messages to the following kings: King Jobab of Madron, the king of Shimron, the king of Ashpha, all the kings of the northern hill country, the kings in the Jordan Valley north of Galilee, the kings in the western foothills, the kings in Naphoth Dor on the west, the kings of Canaan both east and west, the kings of the Amorites, the kings of the Hittites, the kings of the Perizzites, the kings of in the Jebusite hill country, and the Hivites in the towns on the slopes of Mount Hermon in the land of Mizpah. All these kings responded by mobilizing their warriors and uniting to fight against Israel. Their combined armies, along with a vast array of horses, chariots, covered the landscape like the sand on the seashore. They established their camp around the water near Merom to fight against Israel. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them. By this time tomorrow they will all be dead. Cripple their horses and burn their chariots." So Joshua and his warriors traveled to the water near Merom and attacked suddenly. And the Lord gave them victory over their enemies. The Israelites chased them as far as Great Siddim and Mesrephothman and eastward into the valley of Mizpah, until not one of the enemy warrior was left alive. Then Joshua crippled the horses and burned all the chariots as the Lord had instructed. Joshua then turned back and captured Hazor and killed its king. Hazor had at one time been the capital of the federation of all these kingdoms. The Israelites completely destroyed every living thing in the city. Not a single person was spared. And then Joshua burned the city. Joshua slaughtered all other kings and their people, completely destroying them, just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded. However, Joshua did not burn any of the cities built on mounds except Hazor. And the Israelites took all the captured goods and cattle of the ravaged cities for themselves, but they killed all the people, as the Lord had commanded his servant Moses. So Moses commanded Joshua, and Joshua did as he was told, carefully obeying all of the Lord's instructions to Moses. So Joshua conquered the entire region, the hill country, the Negev, the land of Goshen, the western foothills, the Jordan Valley, and the mountain and lowlands of Israel. The Israelite territory now extended all the way from Mount Halak, which leads up to Seir, to Baal-gad at the foot of the Mount Hermon in the valley of Lebanon. Joshua killed all the kings of these territories, waging war for a long time to accomplish this. Not one in this region made peace with the Israelites except the Hivites of Gibeon. All the others were defeated. For the Lord hardened their hearts and caused them to fight the Israelites instead of asking for peace. So they were completely and mercilessly destroyed, as the Lord had commanded Moses. During this period, Joshua destroyed all the descendants of Anak, who lived in the hill country of Hebron, Debir, Anab, and the entire hill country of Judah and Israel. He killed them all and completely destroyed their towns. Not one was left in all the land of Israel, though some still remained in Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod. So Joshua took control of the entire land just as the Lord had instructed Moses. He gave it to the people of Israel as their special possession, dividing the land among the tribes. So the land finally had rest from war. Chapter 12. Kings defeated east of the Jordan. These are the kings east of the Jordan River who had been killed and whose land was taken. Their territory extended from Arnon Gorge to Mount Hermon and included all the land east of the Jordan Valley. King Shion of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, was defeated. His kingdom included Aroer on the edge of the Arnon Gorge and extended from the middle of Arnon Gorge to the Jabbok River, which serves as a boundary for the Ammonites. This territory included half the present area of Gilead, which lives north of the Jabbok River. Shion also controlled the Jordan Valley as far north as the western shores of the Sea of Galilee and as far south as the Dead Sea, from Beth Jeshimoth to the slopes of Pisgah. King Og of Bashan, the last of the Rephites, lived at Ashtaroth and Edrei. He ruled a territory stretching from Mount Hermon to Salakah in the north and to all of Bashhan in the east, and westward to the boundaries of the kingdoms of Jeshur and Maacah. His kingdom included the northern half of Gilead, the other portion of which was in territory of King Shion of Heshbon. Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the Israelites had destroyed people of King Shion and King Og, and Moses gave their land to the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh. Kings defeated west of the Jordan. The following is the list of the kings Joshua and the Israelite armies defeated on the west side of the Jordan, from Baal-Gad to the valley in Lebanon to Mount Halak, which leads up to Seir. Joshua allotted this land to the tribes of Israel as their inheritance, including the hill country, the western foothills, the Jordan Valley, the mountain slopes, the Judean wilderness, and the Negev. The people who lived in this region were the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. These are the kings Israel defeated. The king of Jericho, the king of Ai, near Bethel, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, the king of Eglon, the king of Gezer, the king of Debir, the king of Jadir, the king of Hormah, the king of Arad, the king of Libnah, the king of Adullam, the king of Makkedah, the king of Bethel, the king of Tappuah, the king of Hepher, the king of Aphek, the king of Lasharon, the king of Madon, the king of Hazor, the king of Shimron-Meron, the king of Akshaph, the king of Tanakh, the king of Megiddo, the king of Kadesh, the king of Jokneam and Carmel, the king of Dor in the city of Naphoth Dor, the king of Goyim in Gilgal, the king of Tirzah. In all, 31 kings and their cities were destroyed. Chapter 13, the land yet to be conquered. When Joshua was an old man, the Lord said to him, "You are growing old, and much land remains to be conquered. The people will need to occupy the land in the Philistines and the Jezreelites' territory that belongs to the Canaanites. This land extends from the stream of Shiloh, which is the boundary of Egypt, northward to the boundary of Ekron, and includes the 5 Philistine cities of Gaza: Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, Ekron, and Ekron. Excuse me. The land of the Avites in the south also remains to be conquered. In the north, this area has not yet been conquered. All the land of the Canaanites, including Merah, which belongs to the Sidonians, stretching northward to Aphek on the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gebalites, and all the Lebanon mountain areas in the east. From Baal-Gad beneath Mount Hermon to Lebo Hamath, and all the hill country from Lebanon to Mizrapoth-Maim, including all the land of the Sidonians. I will drive these people out of the land from the Israelites. So be sure to give this land to Israel as a special possession. Just as I have commanded you, include all this territory as Israel's inheritance when you divide the land among the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh. The land divided east of the Jordan. Half the tribe of Manasseh and the tribes of Reuben and Gad had already received their inheritance on the east side of the Jordan from Moses. The servant of the Lord had previously assigned this land to them. Their territory extended from Aroer, on the edge of Arnon Gorge, including the town in the middle of the gorge, to the plain beyond Medaba, as far as Gibeon. It also included all the towns of King Shion of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, and extended as far as the borders of Ammon. It included Gilead, the territory of the kingdoms of Geshur and Makkah, all of the Mount Hermon, all of Bashan as far as Zalakah, and all the territory of King Og of Bashan, who had reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei. King Og was the last of the Rephaites for Moses and had attacked them and driven them out. But the Israelites failed to drive out the people of Geshur and Makkah, so they continued to live among the Israelites to this day. An inheritance for the tribe of Levi. Moses did not sign any land of the tribe of Levi. Instead, as the Lord had promised them, their inheritance came from the offering burned on the altar to the Lord, the God of Israel. The land given to the tribe of Reuben. Moses had assigned the following area to the families of the tribe of Reuben. Their territory extended from Aroer on the edge of Arnon Gorge, including the town in the middle of Gorge, to the plain beyond Medaba. It included Heshbon and the other towns on the plain, Dibon, Baal-Muthbal, Beth Balmeon, Jahaz, Kedemoth, Mephath, Kiriathaim, Sibmah, Zareth, Sahar on the hill above the valley, Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jezimoth. The land of Reuben also included all the towns of the plain and the entire kingdom of Shion. Shion was the Amorite king who had reigned in Heshbon and was killed by Moses along the chiefs of Midian, Levi, Rekem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, princes living in the region who were allied with Shion. The Israelites also killed Balaam the magician, the son of Beor. The Jordan River marked the western boundary for the tribe of Reuben. The towns and villages in this area were given as an inheritance to the families of the tribe of Reuben. The land given to the tribe of Gad. Moses had assigned the following area to the families of the tribe of Gad. Their territory included Jazer, all the towns of Gilead, half the land of Ammon, as far as the town of Aroer, just west of Rabbah. It extended from Heshbon to Ramoth, Mizpeh, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim to Lodebar. In the valley were Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth, Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of King Shion of Heshbon. The Jordan River was the western border, extending as far north as the Sea of Galilee. The towns and villages in this area were given as an inheritance to the families of the tribe of Gad. The land given to the half-tribe of Manasseh. Moses had assigned the following area to the families of the half-tribe of Manasseh. The territory extended from Mahanaim, including all of Bashan, all the former kingdom of King Og, and the 60 towns of Jair and Bashan. It also included half of Gilead and King Og's royal cities of Ashtaroth and Edrei. All this was given to the descendants of Machir, who was Manasseh's son. There are the allotments Moses had made while he was on the plains of Moab, across the Jordan River, and east of Jericho. Moses gave no land to the tribe of Levi, for the Lord, the God of Israel, had promised to be their inheritance. Well, thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it, and we will continue reading Joshua tomorrow.